Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Strap up your headgear and try not to hit the mat too hard. This is Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling National Champion Ridge Lovett.
Oh my goodness.
It hits up.
Short time.
Right down to the wire. And the drought is over. Nebraska with a national champion for the first time since 2011. What started in Post Falls, Idaho, is punctuated in Philadelphia. Ridge Lovett in his sixth year, a title winner. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by Stevens & Smith Construction and the Teammates Mentoring Program. With your look inside Husker Wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett.
All right. Welcome to Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Ridge Lovett. We got DP in the studio with us today. He was out there in State College with us, holding it down. And it was a good showing.
It was, first of all, I can tell you how big the moment was a year ago. That you forever have Daniel Cormier calling the greatest moment. Listen, for them to shout out your hometown, to document the journey, it is a true understanding of how far you had to go to get done the thing that nobody who's listening can explain or have knowledge of. That you took the journey and you repped the University of Nebraska in the greatest way possible on the biggest stage, and that now we get to go through and watch this band of 10 head to Cleveland and try to accomplish more things that have never been accomplished before. That's the best part of sports.
It is.
That's the best part of sports to me is, man, to watch your face the moment the final whistle happened, and it's go through like when you know. It's final. Ridge, you did it. What were you thinking?
Shoot, like when I was laying there, like the video, I'm laying on my back, kind of have my hands on my head, and I was laughing. I was like, there's a lot of sacrifice. Going back to like when I was little, skipping birthday parties when I was in elementary school. Like, oh yeah, his birthday party on Saturday was like, I'm going to a wrestling tournament. I'm going to Tulsa. I'm going to Reno. I'm going to Western Regionals, Kids Nationals. It was like for a little kid, like when you're 7, it's like, dang, like I'm gonna miss my buddy's birthday party. But looking back on it now, forget that birthday party. What are you talking about? We had things to accomplish, things that we wanted to get done, and it's just like all those little things kind of building up to one moment, where it was 9 months of living the right way, doing the right things, managing every little thing, weight, what I'm eating, making sure classes are squared away so I can, don't have to worry about it when I'm going and competing. All of that for really 8 matches in March, right? 2 weekends. And it was a lot of work went into 5 matches, really. Because Big Tens, a big part of Big Tens is just punching your ticket. That's the main goal. If you're still on the top side, once your ticket's punched, like, okay, might as well try to win this thing. But qualify for the national tournament, and then you got to put together 5 matches in a row. 5 matches over 3 days. to stamp your name in the history books. So it was kind of like a surreal moment, just kind of laying there laughing, like 9 months. And this was a 9-month journey this year, and we freaking did it. We got it done.
We were having the discussion last week, and in my mind, the meat grinder that is the Big Ten, and I don't want to be foolish enough to think I understand it, but how similar, or is there one that is tougher between the Big Ten tournament and the national tournament? Big Ten, you're familiar with everybody, but you know everybody can go.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know all of the 149s are dudes. You get to nationals and you don't know as much about them. You're familiar because everybody's in the space. But the intensity required to get through the Big Ten tournament versus the national tournament, compare the two tournaments.
Yeah, I feel like Big Tens is a little more concentrated, and it's definitely the toughest conference tournament by far. You can make cases weight by weight, say, okay, well, Big 12 at this weight was really tough. The ACC at this weight was really tough, but in reality, nothing comes close to the Big Ten. But I think it's just a more concentrated version of the national tournament, because a lot of the kids that were on the podium at Big Tens are going to be on the podium at nationals, right? So it's a little bit of a sneak preview, but it's also just like it's the launch ramp. What I said when we were talking out there, like this is the launch ramp into the national tournament. So coming out of this healthy and feeling confident really prepares you for nationals, because once you get to the national tournament, it's 33 guys in the weight instead of just the 16. So it's kind of like, okay, like who are we gonna have, right? Prefer not to wrestle a Big Ten kid, because most of the time the other conference kids it's a different kind of wrestling. A lot of the other conferences wrestle different. Pac-12, Big 12, ACC have different styles. The Big Ten is gonna be a grind. These kids are gonna be strong, physical. They're gonna hand fight you to death. So it's like when you have someone who's not in the Big Ten, it's kind of like, okay, let's go. Right. There are exceptions to that. Caleb Henson, he's in the ACC. That's why I had the national finals. He's super tough. But it's all those matches in the Big Ten prepare you for those one-offs.
It's interesting as well, the history behind Nebraska wrestling when the GOAT exists. Like the GOAT exists here. So then there's standard, because every day at practice you walk into that room, and that is a sacred room on campus where the wrestlers reside. Wrestlers are built. The work gets done. You're in the lab, iron against iron, steel against steel. All the doubts come into play, and you have to answer them every day against somebody who cares enough to kick your butt.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So what happens in the next 7 days, now that we know that all 10 Huskers are going? Now it is still the team, but the individuals know what they want to accomplish in this space. If they do the individual things at the highest level, the team stuff will take care of itself. And that has to be the priority.
Mm-hmm.
That all 10 wrestlers have to find a way to win in advance and keep it moving. What is the workout process? What is the recovery? Because you have 3 that have chips and dents and bangs that they need to work on. Getting recovered, getting healed, getting re-nourished, all those things. What is the next week like?
Yeah. So yesterday, off day, they flew private, so they got out Sunday night, got back. In years past, we didn't fly private. We were flying out Monday morning. So, but this week they got home Sunday night, got to sleep in their own beds. Monday off. Today they were off. But dudes who were a little banged up, I was in there, did freestyle workout this morning. Coach Manning ran that, and those guys were in there doing rehab. They were in there with Weta doing the stuff they need to get going right away. And then they were in again. I went in and lifted this afternoon, and they were all in there again doing some more. So those,
shout out to Weta.
Weta's the GOAT.
Right? Like always in crisis mode.
Mm-hmm.
Always top level. He's never off game.
No. He's the best in the business.
Yeah, he's never off game. And I think that's one of those things. I think this staff needs to be shouted out as much as possible, from top to bottom, from Bradley all the way through. All the assistants who are all aliens, like we fully accept that not all wrestling rooms have a Tovell, a Schneider, a JG, a Bradley. You know, it doesn't always exist that way.
Mm-hmm.
So to have that group of people, and then Liam, Ridge, etc., to grind it out with, how does that crew affect what happens in Cleveland? What's your responsibility to it?
For me, I'm not going to be able to get down like into the workout area, but we already got a text to all the RTC guys, me, Liam, P-Rob, Lance, Caleb, like, hey, like, are you guys going to be available the next 2 weeks to wrestle? Because some of the kids, spring break, they're going to be doing whatever.
Yeah.
But we're going to have 10 guys that need partners, right? Everybody else come in if you want, get some work in. But when it's practice time, it's going to be those 10 and their partners, and then maybe a couple extra to kind of help rotate in and give them some different feels, different looks. But it's going to be very individualized. I know tomorrow they're coming in, they're going to get on the bikes, do some more clean out recovery, and then it's going to be all individual work from then on out. Because tomorrow the brackets will come out. I think they come out tomorrow morning, like 11 or something. So then you're going to know at least who you have first, right? So you can kind of start prepping for that match. Then usually you have an idea of who you'll have second. You can kind of game plan that a little bit, but then after that, who knows? Because it's March. The NCAA wrestling is a lot like March Madness with basketball. You don't know who's like, yeah, they're going to make it all the way to here. Well, that's why nobody has ever had a perfect bracket. Because
and you can get on a heater. You get on a heater. It's important that these, as you say, for those 5 matches, to have yourself and get to the blood round, and then like walk us through first round. The thought you went in as a 3 seed.
Last year I was a 2 seed.
2 seed. That in lining it up, right, you have to be careful not to think too far ahead, but you also get to the strategy placement in this is what?
Well, for me, I wasn't ever really like a big change what I'm going to do to kind of negate what they can do. I was more like, okay, how can I make what I do work against this style? Right. But you got to come out ready to go. Cause last year I was like, okay, first match, kid from Northwestern. He didn't even place the Big Tens. I kind of ran through it like, yeah, okay, he's from Northwestern. They're whatever. I'm going to run through this kid. And then third period, I'm down by 4. I was like, okay, time to wake up. This kid's a gamer. He's here and he's trying to do something. So it's definitely be ready for every single match. You got to come out on fire, good warm up, and right. We've had enough preparation up to this point where if something starts going wrong, we can look back and be like, okay, what do I need to do to finish out this match? And then really just stay on the top side of that bracket as long as you can. Because there's going to be some bombs on the bottom side where kids are going to get knocked off and you don't want to drop into them. Just keep wrestling your style, do the things that you know that you do well, and just stay in your wheelhouse. You don't have to try things that you've never done before. Now is not the time. You know what you do well. You know what product that you need to do that will get your hand raised, and just stick to that game plan.
It's funny too, because this is where the fans start yelling about what you need to do. Like, you got to shoot for more takedowns. Thanks. Hadn't thought of that.
Right. We see the people on Instagram is like, take me down for $1,000. That kid wrestled in college. He wasn't good in college, but he wrestled, and nobody takes him down.
No,
Dylan Palacio did it a couple years ago, and it was like nobody was even close. It was like these dudes who are fans are out here yelling. It's like they don't.
Do we need to have the Rich Lovett Takedown Invitational?
We can do that. We can do that.
We won't charge them $1,000 each, but we'll get you some travel money. Tell them, hey, Dad, you want to see if Junior's got the jib for all this? Bring him down to the Ridge Lovett Takedown.
100%.
And then while you're there, Brock Hardy's waiting for you. Caleb Smith's waiting for you. Liam Cronin's waiting for you.
Any one of those guys.
Peyton Robb would love the opportunity.
Some of those dudes, I'm not going out there. I'm not paying them to try to take them down. There's no shot.
Peyton Robb will stand in the corner, left it out, would do it for free.
Good luck. Good luck.
It would be special. National champion. I hear you and Manning and the guys say, try not to make the thing bigger than it is. How do you keep this normal? Is it possible to not, because this was your legacy. This was your finality. It didn't matter what the rest of your schedule, your career looked like. How you finished that tournament was going to speak volumes about the rest of your life. How do you keep it? We were talking about it for basketball, right? That how do you not look to, how do we win the one tournament game? Oh, by the way, we've got a whole Big Ten tournament facing us first. Losing just focus and distraction priority. How do you keep things normal?
Yeah, it's really hard. Being able to turn it on and turn it off is something that is a skill that I learned pretty early, like how to go from match mode, like, okay, we got to go out here, we got to score points, trying to win this match, to when it's done, okay, that match is over, shut it off. Back to relax. Who do we got next? Okay, deal. We know our game plan. Deep breath. Let's relax. Back to the hotel, because if it going back to the hotel between each session is tough, because now you're laying in bed, whether you're watching TV or not, you got wrestling going on in your mind.
What do you do for those 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours?
It's a lot of just laying around. You go out there, so you're gonna wake up, weigh in, wrestle, back to the hotel. You got to sit there. And
what time's weigh in for first round?
It'll probably be 8 a.m. Wrestle starts at 10.
Do you have some place in your heart that wishes that weigh in was 6 o'clock, so you don't have to sit there hungry for the extra 2 hours?
Little bit. But
like just mad for 2 extra hours, like, and then waiting for your turn, right, to go through and go, look, man, can I just get on the scale? Like, look, see, I'm on weight. Can I eat now?
See, and then when you're out, like when you're in the tunnels, you don't really know what's going on out on the mat. A lot of it is you see kids run by, and it's like you kind of know who's wrestling who. You can look at the brackets, but you're not out there watching. You're in the tunnel. You're in the back. You're in your little camp, and you see one kid come by hooping and hollering, jumping around. The coaches are all excited. Then you see the other kid come by, and it's like, so like you're seeing upsets as they're walking past you. Sometimes like, oh, like looking at someone's face, like, did he win or did he lose? I can't tell.
Listen. Last year was my first year, especially at nationals. At tournaments, you kind of get used to it because everybody, like, you're learning who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But at Big Ten and nationals, you know who you are, and then you have the expectation. And Harrison, it's really like you try not to be in the way, and you don't want to be in the sight line, but you want to see. Mm-hmm. And to see people come off of this thing with a whole lifetime of frustration, either being released or being accumulated. And it is like to see somebody who lost the moment their dream died. And you were talking about it, that you try to be a good teammate, you try to be a good dude to other wrestlers, but some of them are going to have their dreams crashed. That's got to be tough. What do you say in that space? Or do you say nothing?
It's that's part of knowing your team and being a tight-knit team, is you kind of know what each guy needs. Because when I lost a couple of years ago, it was like I didn't know what to do. I was just sitting back there. I was like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, kind of feeling. And then I dropped another match later that night, and it was like I was barely even wrestling. I was just out there still thinking about the semis. Like, what went wrong? Why did I do that? Why did I do this? Why is all I was thinking. Then that night I couldn't even go to sleep. I was up all night long. Did not go to sleep. Texted Caleb, how's your weight? And he was like, dude, I'm struggling. I was like, okay, I guess I'm not going to go to sleep. I'm going to go help Caleb cut weight. Just sitting in there, helping him cut weight, talking to him, kind of like, but I couldn't sleep. I didn't know what to do. But it's like, how, with that situation, I don't know what anybody could have done to like help me through that. Cause it was like, I was out of it. I was like, I'm ready to go home. I'm tired of this. Like, this season's chalked pretty much is what I was thinking. But at the same time, it's like I was in a position, like looking back on it now, I needed you're in a position that 27 kids would kill to be in right now. There's 27 kids in that bracket who don't have a chance to wrestle for 5th and 6th. They're done. Mm-hmm. They would kill to be in your spot.
That get right.
Mm-hmm.
To finish right. Like, you had the bad, and you don't get to determine when it ends, right? And it's the part we talk about, no matter what sport it is, you don't get to control when it ends. Mm-hmm. You don't control how it ends. So I tell fans all the time, be supportive, be present, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself, because you don't know. Harrison is going to go through every single match as though he's wrestling. That's just the heart races. Like, we're connected to it. We can't really just disconnect. Knowing full on that we hope some way that us rooting for you will help push you over the edge. Like, that's literally what it is, man, all right, Ridge. Like, let's go. Brock, going through and having the moment of all moments where something bad happens, captured forever. What do you say to him?
Shoot, happy it wasn't me. I don't know.
Like, you have to make your boy laugh, right?
Yeah,
like, you really have to make it. It's like, bro, you got. Like, I mean, I would wonder, right? That locker room, Harrison, just if it's your friend, right? It's just a friend of yours. What do you see? He walks up to you. What do you say?
Well, we got more. Luckily, that's not the end of the road for a guy like Brock Hardy.
Well, but I mean, at that moment,
he bounced back. Brock,
right,
after the spladle, he ran through the backside of that bracket. He beat Real Woods, who he had never beaten before, lost to him in the Big Ten finals, lost to him at the national tournament the year before, and ran through him. Then he wrestled Ryan Jack from NC State, who's an All-American, and Brock pins him in the first period, I think. Like, Brock went on a tear after that. It's like, with some of that stuff, it's like, it's a good thing that it happened to Brock, because he'll take it on the chin. He doesn't care. Yeah, it's wrestling. Wrestling's fun. It happens. I'd have been crashing out, losing my mind.
Of this year's team, who is the guy that handles adversity the best? Who's the one that's you don't want? They're gonna wrestle better when they're angry.
Oh, when they're angry,
like when they're mad, offended, bothered.
I would say Jake Van D or Antrell or Tofi. Those three, when they're out there and they're wrestling chippy and they're fired up, like the first minute of Jake's match against Iowa, he went. Yeah, I don't know what happened, what he was thinking in the back, but he came out and was on fire. Right, he wasn't able to keep that fire through the 7 minutes, but the first minute of that match, it doesn't matter who would have been in front of him. Jake was getting that first takedown, 100%.
This is an interesting week, and again, it gets more interesting as you get closer to going to Cleveland. But there's tons of questions. I do want to ask you this and let you have time to think about it. But if I said to you, as simple as we could say it, is there or has there been another AJ Ferrari? Somebody that sets whatever building they walk into on absolute fire, negative and positive. Is there anybody that comes into PBA that sets off the building? Is there any other wrestler? And we're talking about a sport that has like long history. I cannot think of somebody. Jordan Burroughs is as close as I can think about it. That having somebody who upset the world just by being authentically them. So we'll get Ridge's answer when we come back.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320. Hey fellas, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. So here's your friendly reminder that ignoring your gut isn't a strategy on the field or in real life. Once you hit 45, screening isn't optional anymore. It can literally save your life. Advanced medical imaging makes it easy with fast, comfortable CT colonography. No hospital hoops, no all-day ordeal. Just a simple scan that helps you stay ahead of the game. Talk to your doctor about getting your screening ordered at AMI and keep yourself in the lineup for the long run. When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines, now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines.
Now boarding.
Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at lincolnairport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Your cure for spring fever is at the Husker Lawn and Leisure Show, March 13th through the 15th at the Sandhills Global Events Center. See unique home and landscape displays. Admission $8. Veterans free on Friday. Hours and info at HuskerLawnShow.com. Sponsored by South O Roofing.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and right now at Koppel, we are offering big discounts on all of our inventory. 2026 GMC Terrains are leasing at $279 per month or buy for $27,690. 2026 Canyon is leasing for $269 or buy for $40,980. Also right now, all new Equinox EVs and all half-ton trucks are starting at $12,000 off MSRP. These are just a few examples of some of the aggressive pricing going on right now at Koppel. Please stop on in or check us out at koppelcars.com. All leases with $2,500 down with a roof credit.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and the rest of the 93.7 The Ticket crew as we bring you live coverage of the 2026 NCAA Boys State Basketball Tournament from Pinnacle Bank Arena. The action tips off Wednesday, March 11th. If it's being played at Pinnacle Bank Arena, it's heard on The Ticket, Class A to Class D2 all week long. Join us March 11th through March 14th as we crown 6 state champions at the 2026 NCAA Boys State Basketball Tournament right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 12th annual Street Festival. The party goes all weekend long, but starts on March 14th and 15th with tons of giveaways, great Irish food, and green beer. And it continues on Tuesday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 9 a.m. on Saturday, 11 a.m. on Sunday, and 9 a.m. on Tuesday. And the street party starts at 2 p.m. all 3 days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's Irish Pub, located at 8th and P.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
With your look inside Husker Wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket, second segment. Before we go too far, Takedown Tuesday is sponsored by Stephen Smith Construction. Stephen Smith Construction is an employee-owned company with nearly 250 employees with over 2,000 years of service combined. They lead the industry as a full-service concrete company specializing in residential and commercial foundations and flatwork. Stephen Smith has locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, and you can learn more today at StephenSmith.com. Also, text line, Sutter Hammond Jewelers text line is open, 402-464-5685, or comments on the Facebook, X, or YouTube streams if you want to be a part of the show. So, to your question before the break, walking into arena and polarizing it just with your presence, there's only one, AJ Ferrari. He's number one, and I don't know if it's really close. Maybe DeSanto from Iowa a couple years ago. He was kind of a love me or hate me guy, but that was mainly just on the mat. He kind of lose control a little bit and sometimes he would do some crazy stuff. One year at the national tournament, cartwheel Kimura was a big thing for a while, but just with like the off the mat side of it, no way.
You and I have had several conversations about AJ Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
And all of them are just curiosity. Because I still don't think we know the guy.
He's different. He is one of a kind. He is the main character in his story.
Is he the hardest working? I don't know that I've seen a college athlete work as hard at their thing as AJ Ferrari.
Because he's got a lot going on when it comes to the social media stuff, when it comes to chasing. I've never seen somebody like chase NIL deals the way that he does. He does NIL the way that it's supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not, okay, what school is going to give me the most money, or that's how I'm going to choose. When he got here, he went door to door.
Mm-hmm.
He went business to business. He had his little pitch. I'm AJ Ferrari, Mr. Fast Twitch. I have this many followers on Instagram, this many on this many on this. This is what I do. I'm a wrestler. I was a true freshman national champ. He gives him a spiel. Like, would you like to work with me? Would you want to be in a partnership? Yes. Okay. No. Okay. Next door. Knock, knock, knock. How's it going? I'm AJ for everything he does all out.
In the gym. To see him lift weights, again, I'm not sure.
Mad impressive.
I'm not sure I've seen a college athlete put in the gym weight. We mockingly put this type of athlete in movies, right? There's always this guy in the movie, right? The greatest wrestler from a movie, Shoot,
mm-hmm.
right? Walking up the bleachers with a log,
on his back.
With a log on his back, right? That we build this. And then here he is. Haircut aflow, right? How difficult is it to do what he's done? And he's not doing it at his natural weight. He went into deep water. I've heard people talk about going to deep water. But to move up from two weights and say, you know what, I'm going to go up in the heavyweight. I'm going to work at a 40, 50, 60-pound weight deficit every night. And I'm still going to be top 3 in the country. That's just bananas. Can you imagine wrestling up 3 weight classes?
That put me at 74. Like that's a big dog right there. Tofi's big.
Right? Right. Like
yeah.
that's a lot. I mean, imagine you had to wrestle Cam.
Yeah. See, because I haven't actually wrestled with him, but I've drilled with Silas. Yeah. There's no shot. Right. Silas is an 84-pounder, and just drilling in practice, we were warming up for wrestle offs one time, and I was like, oh my gosh, Silas is huge.
That 30-pound difference.
That hand on your head is different.
That 30-pound difference. So when people watch AJ, and he's out there with the gargantuans of college wrestling, the Gabe from Michigan has poise.
Mm-hmm.
Poise. And I think the difference from him and AJ Sunday was poise. That in the most critical of that 30 seconds, he simply took a deep breath and went and got it when AJ couldn't.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I think that his mind was calm when he was out there. He's like, okay, I'm going to have to take him down to win. And he was like, I'm going to walk into him. I'm going to hand fight. If I get an opportunity for an attack, I'm going to take it. If not, I'm ready to score off of one of his bad ones. Right. And AJ wrestled lights out for 6.5 minutes.
He really did.
The first 6.5 minutes of that match, he wrestled fantastic.
Oh man, it was the game plan.
Mm-hmm.
It was the playbook, and you saw it, and you went, okay, he's on it. This will go. It'll be another 1-point win, right? Because of riding time, it's going to be what it's going to be. Here's to me, and I want to be sure to give these two credit in the sense, in the right way, that Cam McDaniel and what he's done in a very short period of time, for him to get to the Big Ten final, I don't think we saw that. If you said as a senior, yeah, this year, am I wrong in projecting that?
I would say not only if I was able to see the bracket.
Right.
Preseason, I don't know if that would have been where I slotted him in, but as the season's gone on, because even from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, he's come leaps and bounds. And I kind of feel like
duels.
Yeah. He's grown a lot this season, and not to say that he wasn't good last year.
All-American.
Yeah, All-American.
Well, he surprised us then because
Mhm.
we didn't have him as an All-American going into the national tournament. Like we just didn't. So his growth, emotional maturity, like the physical stuff, he's still growing into. And I don't think he has his grown man yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So that's a thing that happens, and that's next. The same thing applies for Tofi, because Tofi snuck up on people.
100%.
Like we understood that Bubba was a mainstay.
Mm-hmm.
And Tofi showed up and was like, "Nah, dog, I'm gonna need that. Hey, bro, sorry, I'm gonna need that 165. I'm gonna need that, and I appreciate you, but you need to come get this L, and we're gonna have to fight." He's a legitimate contender for the national title.
100%
at 174. That's crazy. That's crazy. 165. What are we doing? LJ is right in front of our eyes, blossoming into the guy that. Is this a surprise? Is it too much too soon? Talk to me about LJ.
So after just watching him in the room and like wrestling with him and stuff last year, I knew that LJ was going to be good, and I didn't think he was going to have as much success as he did. I knew that he was going to cause problems for people because he's really good on top.
Tall, long.
He's tall. He's long. He's lanky. He's funky on his feet. He has weird attacks, weird defense. He's kind of like Brock, just a little bit bigger. But like even with Brock, it took him a while to really get into that groove where he's a killer. And now everybody knows who Brock Hardy is. They knew who he was coming out of high school, went and did his mission, came back 2 years later, and it took him a second to get back into that groove. But once LJ gets into that groove, and he's the same way. Like LJ's 20. He's not grown yet. He's got room.
He got
to
the
go.
baby face.
100%.
He got the baby face.
Even Tofi is still growing.
Tofi hasn't got his man face yet. That's the real.
That's terrifying because his frame is that of a man already.
His brothers are big. His brothers are big. They're
like to see that, and you see him growing into it. But that middle of the weight classes, and listen, I was more impressed by Trelly in the loss because his acceptance of it mattered. His acceptance of it, I got to fix that. And he was mad at himself. He wasn't disturbed. He was just mad that I let this happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember last year, Big Ten tournament, things didn't go his way. He found a way for nationals.
Absolutely.
What's required?
Gonna have to make some changes, right? I think he was kind of expecting close to the same match that he got in the duel. Wasn't the case, right? That kid did not let Trelly have any space. Anytime that they separated, he was closing the gap back, hands on his head, pulling on him, moving him, putting his head in his chest the whole time, right? That wasn't the same match as the duel. Penn State made a bunch of changes to that game plan. Another one, at some point, they talked to the fans and said, hey, at any point that he hits his knee, immediately start booing.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of like now you have 12,000 people booing you because you want to wrestle the way that you wrestle, right? So now it's messing with your head and you're trying to stand back up. It's like you don't get that chance to wrestle your style of match. But now we're going to know what to expect. Okay, when you wrestle him in nationals, probably be in the national finals when you wrestle him
again, right?
So it's going to be, hey, he's going to come at you the whole time where there's a good chance that you're just going to have to put your head down and fight him. You're just going to have to embrace the hand fight and find other ways to score. Not going to sting him, right?
You're going to have to power through. And I think he has a plan. I think he knows. The same is in effect for Brock Hardy. You're not rooting for somebody else to go get somebody, but he's just locked into the Nebraska-Oklahoma of college wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
This is the rivalry. That's the rivalry of all rivalries currently. People thought it would be Ferrari and Feldman. No. Hardy Mendez, that to me is the rivalry of all rivalries in college wrestling.
Yeah, I hope that they put them on opposite sides of the bracket. I would like to see that one in the national finals again. I've seen some people on Twitter running the matrix on their own, seeing what seeds they're going to get. I think it was looking like Brock was going to be the 3.
Which is 4. We'd be okay with. Right?
3. I'd like the 3. Let's get Vega again.
Yeah.
I know that Brock wants to get that one back.
Yeah.
Let's go get Vega again. And then let's see Mendez in the finals. Because either way, you're going to have to beat one or both of them. Probably both of them. If you're going to win, you're probably going to have to beat both of them, right? So I think that Brock is ready for that. And Brock is a March guy. He does his best wrestling at the end of the year, and we've seen that every single year. Even last year when he made the national finals earlier in the year, he took a couple weird L's, matches that he shouldn't have lost. He lost in Vegas. He didn't make it to the finals. And he lost in the UNI duel. Like he took some weird L's along the way. Then he wrestled the UNI kid at nationals, and I think he majored him. And it's like Brock does his best wrestling when it matters the most. He's kind of like CJ Red in that way, where during the year take weird L's, but when the lights come on and it's like, hey, this is where your bills are paid is right now. Brock Hardy shows up.
What will it take? How large or small is the bridge from Silas Allred having the kind of finish that he wants and deserves and not?
I think it's the small bridge. I think it's going to come down to courage, right? The courage to go out there and take the attacks. Because when Silas shoots and gets to legs, he finishes. He takes those dudes down, right? When we wrestled Penn State in the duel, he got his butt kicked. He wasn't shooting. He wasn't taking shots until it was too late. And it's like, okay, now the kid's just waiting for him to shoot. He's like, he's going to shoot. I'm just ready to counterattack. I know that he's going to come. I know that he's going to have to come and score. So it's right. We got to start on the whistle. His game plans with him is going to be the same as Brock. Start early. When you're at the national tournament, start early. Because a lot of the kids, as much as they say they want to be national champs, how bad do they really want it? Are they really willing to do everything that they need to do to get it done? If you start a match early and you go out there and you score right away, and then you ride the dog crap out of them, don't let them up, find a turn. If they do get away, you go take them down again. Kids will quit, especially on the backside of the bracket. If you catch someone on the backside and you take them down twice in the first period, a lot of them have one big move left. They're going to go for something, try to throw you, and once you take them down again, they'll just put their head down. And now that's when the bonus points start coming. Now that's when we start climbing that's when the team part comes in. Now you're fighting for your team. You got this match won. Okay, now we're pushing for bonus points. Let's go get a major. Let's go get a tech. You just have to give these kids a reason to quit. And Silas Allred 100% has that ability to break people. He can fight super well. He's exhausting to wrestle. He just needs a little bit more courage to just go and get to the legs and take people down.
When we're going to take a break, but when we come back, and over the break, we'll talk about this. But at some point, you and I need to have the conversation of what in the world it will take to beat Penn State. Like, there has to be some magic to it. There has to be some way, some recipe, something for it. Being at home, wrestling there at Bryce Jordan wasn't going to happen.
No.
Whether it's this year or the next, what would it take to beat Penn State? And I have no idea what your answer will be. I'm looking forward to hearing.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines.
Now boarding.
Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And right now at Koppel, we are offering big discounts on all of our inventory. 2026 GMC Terrains are leasing at $279 per month or buy for $27,690. 2026 Canyon is leasing for $269 or buy for $40,980. Also right now, all new Equinox EVs and all half-ton trucks are starting at $12,000 off MSRP. These are just a few examples of some of the aggressive pricing going on right now at Koppel. Please stop on in or check us out at koppelcars.com. All these with $2,500 down with a roof credit.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 12th annual Street Festival. The party goes all weekend long, but starts on March 14th and 15th with tons of giveaways, great Irish food, and green beer. And it continues on Tuesday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 9 a.m. on Saturday, 11 a.m. on Sunday, and 9 a.m. on Tuesday. And the street party starts at 2 p.m. all 3 days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's Irish Pub, located at 8th and P.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies, and it will be breezy. In the afternoon, high around 65. Tonight, a chance of rain showers, otherwise partly cloudy, a low around 36. And tomorrow, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day. It'll be breezy. In the afternoon, high near 53. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Fern as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
With your look inside Husker wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Final segment, Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket.
You have some cookies in the back.
Oh, yeah? Come on.
I meant to grab them. My bad.
Oh, good. My girlfriend's going to be excited.
Yeah, my bad.
We need to talk about that movie list we were going through again.
Yeah, we can close with that, but let's go. What to beat Penn State?
To beat Penn State, it's going to take some money. Gonna have with where NIL is at right now. These kids the top recruits aren't going to come for free. They're going to want their money. I know Penn State's working with a lot of money. $1.4 million was what was reported in their cut of the revenue share. And I'm assuming that it's probably double that with outside donations.
Yep.
And You know, they've already locked up the number 1 recruiting class for 26 and 27, and they did not land Bo Bassett or Melvin Miller. They've got.
And you got a world champ just chilling.
And you have Monosuke Ono, who's a senior level world champ, sitting on the bench,
chilling.
Yeah, learning top and bottom because he's good on his feet.
What's he gonna wrestle?
I'm assuming he'll wrestle 33 because like I've seen him, he's not very big. He's not very big. All right, it's like they have the kid who coming into Big Tens was ranked number 1 in the country, now ranked number 2, maybe number 3 if they put Jax Forrest up ahead of him, and sitting in the barracks back there, not stepping out on the battlefield as a world champ. It's
chilling.
But to beat Penn State, you're gonna have to have 10 dudes who are All-American status or better. Right, we're gonna need top 3 finishers at every weight to beat them.
8 finalists. 8 conference finalists.
7 champs. They've got some tough dudes, and they have really good wrestlers. Their coaches do a great job, obviously. And the part that bugs me the most is those dudes get all the calls. You're not getting any help when you wrestle Penn State. You're gonna have to go out there and take it from them because any 50-50, they didn't lose a single 50-50 call this weekend. Not one. I haven't seen them lose one all season.
I went on a tirade that it shouldn't have been. The tournament shouldn't have been there anyway.
It wasn't supposed to be there. Then they argued because their year was the year that didn't count. They said they didn't get the revenue that they would have got if it was another.
Yeah, because they're going without revenue.
Yeah, right. But
they're going without revenue. Keep the 1.5 in your pocket. You have all the revenue you want.
And it was obviously having the home field advantage is good. You get to sleep in your own bed, but and
having your own officials.
That's how it felt, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
12,000
fans influencing calls.
I told the story because I literally texted Manning from the airport that I sat around officials from the Big Ten, and they were talking to some Iowa execs and some Penn State people, and nothing they said made me feel better about the likelihood that they were unbiased and not looking out for the home team.
Yeah, my freshman year when we were wrestling Penn State. So every time before the duel, the refs will come in and talk to the teams. And the ref comes in and he's like, hey, so like I don't want to get involved in the matches. I don't want to be calling stall calls. Like I want you guys to wrestle. I'll give you verbal commands like, hey, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want. And as long as you guys are following them, like we shouldn't have any issues. This is a nice lanyard, bro. And on his keychain, it was a Penn State lanyard. I was like, nice lanyard, bro. He was like, oh, sticks it in his pocket. I was like, yeah, we're cooked.
Yeah.
Like, what, bro?
I went up and Harrison will tell you, I had to swallow every bit of everything all that superhero in me. I had to swallow it because in my head, I'm finger wagging at these officials, these grown-ups. Shame on you, bro. Shame on you for saying what you're saying to show me that you're not without bias. Like, what are you talking about? Someone, and they were talking about wrestlers that they root for and wrestlers that they don't. Coaches they root for and coaches they don't. And it's like, it's nice, really nice for them to have a built-in excuse for why you don't win in the finals. And this is why people throw hands. This is why people throw hands. So to hear that, and we'll see, because Cleveland, Ohio is not going to be Happy Valley.
No.
Buckeyes are coming.
Mm-hmm.
Buckeyes are coming. And I have to admit, I chuckled a bit. The Go Big Red people were not booed. They were not booed.
No, but any OH.
Boy, the fire was, hey, man. And they booed them loudly. And I bet you, hey, Penn State, they waiting for you. Close enough for them to drive. Is there any chance they moved the championships? Have they ever been on the West Coast?
Not that I can
What's
remember.
as far west as they've gone? Iowa? Have they ever had championships in Iowa?
Big Tens or Nationals?
National.
Yes, I think they've been in Iowa City before.
That's as far as they've been.
For sure.
I think forward, it's time to make Penn State uncomfortable.
Let's go to Vegas.
Vegas. I'm just
because having it in Penn State, like last year in Chicago was chill. Being at Northwestern, it was cool. There's hotels.
Well, you had Nationals in Philly last year. It was still a Penn State home meet.
Yeah.
Like They don't need help.
No, they don't need help. They are a really, really, really good wrestling team. They do really well during the season, on the world stage, like across the board. They do really well. They don't need help.
They don't. Stop giving it to them. Stop giving it to them.
It's frustrating. But to beat Penn State, you're going to have to go out there and take it. You're going to have somebody go out there and get bonus points, because there's going to be kids on there. Every kid on that team is looking for bonus points every time they step on the mat. So in the matches that you don't win in the duel, because you're not going to blank them. Right. You're not going to blank Penn State. You're going to have to win at least 5 matches, right? And 5 might not be enough, because there might be some dudes on that team who could pick up bonus points at any moment. They're pinners. They're takedown artists. They're really good at scoring a bunch of points. So you're going to have to win at least 5, maybe 6 matches. And you're going to have to need maybe a little bit of help. Home duel.
We will see. We will see.
All right, Rich, get us out of here.
All righty, guys. Thank you for listening. That was Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family